Episode 33, let's go. All right, so I did find out the solution of, yeah, I did find out the solution to yesterday's problem after I ended the recording. It is this. So if you have a repeating number here and you want to find the ratio, then you just multiply it by. Wait, what? Yes. Yeah, so you just multiply it by 10, right? Then that just makes it 1 point. That just makes it 17.77, right? And then you just do 10x. Okay, 10x equals 17.77. And then you do minus x on each side. So because x is equal to 1.77 here, then this becomes 9x equals 16, and then you divide by 9 here, and then x equals 16 over 9, which is kind of crazy, kind of a crazy way to do that. Like this apparently works with any repeating numbers, any of them, literally any of them. And it doesn't work for non-repeating numbers because you don't get a whole number afterwards. But yeah, that's actually how it works. Like that's crazy. You could do if you do 2.9. Okay, so this one is kind of a redundant example here. But if you do 2.99 repeating, then it just becomes 27 over 9, which just becomes 3, which is basically, that's basically 3 there. Yeah, so it works for all repeating decimal numbers, and that's why they're all over 9. That's why like all the solutions I came up with yesterday they were all over 9. And for non-repeating ones, so let's say I want to do 137, 1.37. I want to find the ratio for this number. So it would be over 1 normally. Let's just get a new one here. So it would be over 3 normally. Or, no, it would be over 1 normally. And then you just do, you basically just get rid of the decimals. So you do 137 over 100. Then you just find a common common factor here. So you can do prime factorization. I actually have no clue. I think this might be a prime number. So basically, if it's a prime number, that's it. That's your ratio right there. I think it is. I think it is. Let me look. No, let me just think, bro. Why am I looking? I can just think. I have a brain. 137. Not 2, not 3. 99 plus 39 would be 38. 138 would be divisible by 3. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, it would be 120, which would be 40, 40, and then 18, which would be 6, so 46. Wow, is this actually a prime number? 5, not 5, not 7. Actually, no, not 7. Wow. Did I actually hit a prime number on the first try? Okay, let's do, like let's do like 125, 1.25, so it would be 125 over 100. And I'm not even sure I need to do prime factorization here. Yeah, I mean, basically you just divide by prime. Um, so the largest prime factor. So 5, I think, would be the largest one. Then it would just be 5 over 4, right? That one is easy. I mean, you could just think of that yourself. Wait a second. Oh, no, if you divide by 5, it would be 25 over 20. Pretty sure. Yeah, so 25. This would be 25. You would divide by 25 to get this here. Divide both of them by 25 to get that. Yeah, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure that's how you turn a whole number, or not a whole number, that's how you turn a decimal number, including a repeating decimal number, into a ratio. Prime numbers. Let's look. We got, let me just look this up here. Is 137 a prime number? Yes. Okay. Why did I? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right, let's actually learn some Godot here. So I got my game to semi-work yesterday. I actually do want to yeah, so should I just watch the tutorial or should I actually try to get this to work here? So firstly, I need to actually get rid of this. Never mind. Left player. You know what? Nah, I'll keep it. I'll keep it. That's fine. So I'm gonna make a character body. This one is going to be left player. And then I'm gonna make another one with the same. This one is going to be right player, and I am going to control both because uh, I don't know how to make multiplayer. Okay. Um. Oh, actually, I could just rename this to. Or can I? What? What? All right, let's go to the Godot documentation. Pick a bowl. Pick a bowl. Hmm. Collision object 2D here. Property descriptions. Clickable. Clickable. What the fudge? Pickable. Okay, yeah, pickable. Oops. I'm kind of tired if you couldn't tell. Pickable. That's not it. That's not what I want. Okay. Um, so, hmm. So this script is going to be the exact same between these two player, uh, what is it called? Character bodies. Yeah, between these two players, the script is going to be exactly the same except for the input. So how do I do that? How do I do that without actually writing two different scripts? Hmm. Process. Isn't there a process? Hmm. I guess not. Never mind. Wait a second. I don't even need to make two of these. I could just do player, bro. Player bar. Player bar. Then I could just set them. Yeah, okay. Never mind. So then we go 3D here. Then we go, this here. Yep, perfect. Then we go, small. I want this to be pretty small. I want this to be, um, that's fine. Whatever. Oh, and I can do Alt on this. And I'm gonna make it a little thicker. And then I want to make this, oh, actually, how do I do this again? Nice. Oh, nice. Wait, what? Wait, is that actually... Yeah, it's the same size. Nice. Wait, what the fudge? Someone is calling me. Oh, my brother. All right, sick. Brody. Yep, pretty good. Should be pretty good if I just do this. That's a little, that's a little too, yeah, that's a little too long, too big. Never mind. Um, okay, well, let me, yeah, it should maybe be half that. All right, let's check it now. Did it update? Yes. Honestly, it should maybe even be less than this. Twelve? Should it be 12? Um, you know what? Yeah, that's fine, I guess. That's fine. Then I want, uh, wait, what? Is that the same distance? Really? I guess so. Okay. Now I can do left, and then I can do right there. Then I can, you know, sure. I will do assets because eventually I'm gonna add a bloop, bloop sound, you know, on like freesoundeffect.org or something. That's the left one, that's the right one, easy. Nice. Okay, and thankfully X isn't weird, but Y is. If I go 5, it's gonna go down? Like, what the fudge? I guess, whatever. There are advantages to that. Some advantages. Okay, we got position vectors. So, hmm. So, what they usually do to have variation in this, because if you just have the yeah, if you have the ball at the go at the same angle, like stay at the same angle, and then boom, it reflects it in the same angle again, then there's no variation in how the ball is bouncing. It's just going to bounce in the same pattern every single time if you don't change the angle ever, right? So, what they do to add variation to these 2D ball bouncing games is they change the angle based on where the ball hits with relation to the total length of the bar, of the player bar, right? So that it increases, so that the bounce angle increases the further away from the center the ball hits. So that's going to be a little tricky to implement. Uh, so I want it to pick, no. So I don't want the ball to rotate. I don't want it to rotate. How do I do this, actually? Maybe I should actually make this a, what is it? Static body? Hmm. Maybe I should make this a static body, actually. So I'm going to change this into a, what? Fudge. I'm going to, hmm. Let me just see if this works, actually. Oh, I can delete this, I think. We can close that. Okay. No. What am I doing? What is it? On collision enter? How do I do this? What? Okay, I'm not on the right one. This one. Hmm. What? How could I forget this? Oh, okay. And then also, I need to do this. Resizable, initial screen, initial position, stretch mode. Ignore, is that correct? No. Okay. Ah! 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 Okay, so now I have my other project open. On body entered. So if I go to coin, body entered. Area shape. Emitted when the received area enters this area. What is the difference though? Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand the difference. Um, what? Collision object 2D. Okay. I am extremely confused. Now if I add this, okay, actually I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna rename this to player bar. Okay, and then I am, yep, then I'm gonna attach, then I'm gonna go here. Yep. Then if I do this, wait a second, bro. So, okay. Collision object. Physics body. If I do, if I do, if I add the static body. Okay, if I add a rigid body. Hmm, wait a second. Body. Okay, no. On, no. Yes, on body entered. What? Okay, so according to this example, it has an area 2D as the player for some reason. Notice our custom hit signal is there as well. Since our enemies are going to be rigid body 2D nodes, we want the body entered signal. Interesting. Interesting. But also, there's also one that had static typing. Okay. Sure. Yes, I know what static typing is. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay. So I did do the correct thing here. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. First I want to get it to move though. I want to get it to move. Um, yeah, that's fine for now. This I don't really need. Um, and I don't really need this either. Wait a second. Hmm. Yeah, I don't need any of this. Do I need physics process here? No. No, I don't. Also, do I even need this to be a character body? No. No, I don't. Okay, so I do want, what is it? Yeah, I do want ready. I'm actually going to make some variables up here. Uh, yeah, sure. Do I want to name this control up? Oh, you know what? Sure. I will do, sure. You know, sure. I'll do, input up. Great. Then I can do func ready if, okay, I know this is gonna, I know I'm gonna need this anyway. If, what, name? What? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Custom Godot servers. Common print. Print verbose? What? What about print with two T's? What about prints with an S? Printer with two R's. What the fuck? These are functions. Okay. Print tree, pretty. What the f? What is this? Oh, okay. Sure. Okay, I can't go wrong with regular old print, right? Right? Class name, string name, unique name in owner. Now they're getting everything with the letter M. The letters L-I-M-M-E. No. No. Okay. Player bar GD11. Okay, I will just comment this out for now. And that should work, right? No, that should work, right? Parse error. Expect selected indented block after function declaration. What? What? I have... Bro, whatever. Good to know. I don't even need to do this, actually. I'm trolling. Okay, and whatever I did before... Care? No. Whatever I did before, Alright, so I'm just gonna declare those variables right now. Yeah, this didn't work, whatever I did here. Ignore, keep fractional integer. Be that. Okay, it's not working. Is this it? Did this seriously break it here? Yep, did nothing. Nice. Why? Why? Why does it keep doing that? That is definitely not what I wanted to do. But at least it looked kind of cool, I think. Okay, let's try this one. Nope. Okay, let's try... Let's try this, maybe? No. Nope. 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 What did I do before? How did I fix it before? Okay, I'm just going to cheat. Thank you. I'm just going to cheat. What the fu- Okay, I actually don't need to do this. So if I do expand, ah, okay. Wow, nothing is working. Nothing is working. Okay, thank you. Like, if I do keep here. What? Okay, actually, yeah, sure. Nice. Okay, great. Nice, and then it scales pretty good. I don't know what canvas items are, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It did it. Okay. We got if position dot x is greater than 0, then okay, then I can just do input up, and then I can just copy this, paste, copy this, paste. Oh, and then I can do this string. This one is UI. Oh, sorry, input dot. Is that correct? Okay, then I have to make new ones. I have to make wasd up. and then was down. Then I do this one. I do that one. Yep, perfect. Actually, I don't even need to do this. I literally don't even need to do this. This is by default. So I can just make this default here. Then I can do if position is less than, then I do, yep. Nice. Dunk, then I can do func process. Just, oh, is action pressed. Nice. Okay. And then I can do yeah. And you know, I'm just gonna do bar speed. Nice. Yes. So, what the fuck? Oh. So if I do this, yeah, perfect, perfect. And I do this, then I can do them at the same time. Okay, so yeah, it does the last pressed. Okay. That's fine. And then I can do this window. That's fine. Oh, wait, actually, if I do resizable on, what happens? I see. I see. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. So I'm going to, well, I did it. I made a video game. Okay. I'm going to set this to like double or triple that actually. Yeah. Um, let's try that now. That's perfect. Actually, that's, I don't know, 23. Sure. And then I can, hmm. Oh yeah, then I can, put this in an if statement. Can, is that the best thing to do? Camera 2D dot, huh. Yeah, I actually have to reference this. Draw hidden item rect changed. Wait, maybe I should make this an area 2D. Okay, if I can do, what is it, collision shape? Hmm. Yeah, wait, maybe I actually should make this an area 2D? Oh, no, I don't need to, I guess. Okay, it's been an hour and almost 12 minutes, so I'm thinking I should maybe watch some of the tutorial. Uh, I don't need to. I don't need to, right? Yeah, I don't need to. I don't need to. Um, camera 2D. Let me look at the um, let me look at the view. What is it? View port process thread group. Oh my. I'm good, thanks. If I do, yeah, I mean, I know this is gonna suck. I know this is gonna suck, but yeah, I know this is gonna suck, but I want to try it out. Okay. Align custom viewport. Poggers, that doesn't help me. Object null. Poggers. I mean, surely surely there's a variable for the size of the window, right? Like the limit not this. Not this. Hmm. I'm just gonna look up camera 2D. Oh no. I don't even know what this is. Camera 2D. Okay. Anchor mode, custom viewport. Oh. Get limit. Get screen center position. Get target position. Make sense. What? Like, if I do this, also this is not that responsive. Yeah, this is not that responsive. Yeah, let me... Yeah. Let me see how this compares. Nice. Yeah, that's fine. That seems like it would be a little bit more responsive. Maybe it's in here, actually. Dead zone. Why is there a dead zone, actually? Can I just make this 0? What does that do? What is this? I'm gonna have to look up what this even means. I'm gonna do 0, 0. I'm assuming this is like a delay, right? Nice. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting, yeah. I get it now. Yeah, I get it. For now, I'll just leave it default. That's fine. Do I have to make a new function, really, for this? Or... Hmm. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to make a new function, actually. What the fudge? I'll just make, yeah, I'll just do... I mean, does this make a difference? Does this even make a difference here? Oh, and that still happens. Wait, this still happens. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I don't really need this. Does this work, actually? Like, if I do a do nothing... What? And you know what? This is kind of annoying. Um... Do I make a function for this, really? No, I don't. I'll just do, you know, it doesn't matter actually. I don't need to make a variable or a function. I could just do this. Yeah, that's fine. Wait, does it? There's like a slight. Yeah, I'm not sure if the dead zone even did anything, actually. Not sure if the dead zone change even did anything. Huh. Interesting. This does nothing. Why does it do nothing? Who knows? Wait, is my keyboard actually OP? I just watched a video recently that that said, oh, this keyboard has this update, this driver update that lets you like strafe really quickly, like if you just hold a button and then you tap, 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 and then it does it automatically. Like that seems like, oh, it's not. Never mind. Okay, well now it's doing it. Wait. Now it's doing it. What? Wait. It literally wasn't doing it before. Is my keyboard actually OP? Okay, we got camera. No, I'm just gonna do like one thing here and then I'll figure out the camera later.
Much is happening during our game. So let's see how we can use input to make our game respond to our actions. Input. Let's say we want to turn this label red when we press the spacebar. To do this, we first need to set up
I mean, this is like stuff I already know.
Input action. We'll go project, project settings, input map. Here we can add actions. Actions allow us to bind keys to something that we want to happen. Common actions would be shoot, jump, or so on. In our case, we wanted to change the color. Let's just go ahead and call it my action, so we can use it later for other things. Now let's hit add, and here's our action. Let's bind a key to it by pressing plus. It's now listening for input. I'm going to press the spacebar and hit OK. And now our spacebar is bound to my action. Then in our script, we need to create an input function. We'll write func for function underscore input. Let's hit enter to autocomplete. Now, just like ready, this is one of the built-in functions of Godot. But instead of being called at the start of the game, it runs every time the game receives any input, such as when we press a button. Event is what we call the information about what triggered the function. Was it a movement of the mouse or the underscore input? Let's hit enter to autocomplete. Now, just like ready, this is one of the built-in functions of Godot. But instead of being called at the start of the game, it runs every time the game receives any input, such as when we press a button. Event is what we call the information about what triggered the function. Was it a movement of the mouse or the press of a key? We need to check if the event that triggered the input was our action being pressed. So we'll write if event.isActionPressed. And as you can see, our action shows up here, my action. Then we'll put in a colon, and if we pressed my action, well, then we'll change the color. So we'll drag in the label, write .modulate, and set it equal to color.red. And we can just as easily check if the action was released. We'll go if event.isActionReleased this time, my action. Well, then we'll take the exact same line,
What?
and change it back to green. So now when we play and I press the spacebar, it turns red, and when I release it, it turns back to green. That's right, we made a party. A disco party. Now this is just one out of many ways to handle input in Godot, but since we're focusing on the GDScript language, I'm not going to go further into it here. I'll make sure to provide a link to where you can learn more about input if you're interested. Variables 1.0. Variable, but since we're focusing on the GDScript language, I'm
Okay, that seems a little more useful for sure. And it seems a little less computationally taxing. Right? Because this is checking every, yeah. Dunk. Shortcut input, what does that do? What is that? Shortcut input, called an input key. Hasn't been consumed by input or any GUI control item. It is called before unhandled key input and unhandled input. The input event propagates up through the node tree until a node consumes it. It is only called if shortcut processing is enabled, which is done automatically if this method is overwritten. Okay. Yeah, this seems better. Definitely. What? Oh, nice. No. This word suddenly just looks so weird to me. What the fudge? Hope I'm not having a stroke. Ah. Ah. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's sick, bro. Wait, what?
not going to go further into it here. I'll make sure to provide a link to where you can learn more about input if you're interested. Variables 1.0. Variables are
Okay, if we just do one, and then we do one. Oh, this is for like single inputs. Okay, I see. Okay.
are essentially containers that hold information.
Wow, I just built the most amazing workflow on Monday.com.
You build your own workflow? Why?
In the case of a player character, we
Why, you idiot?
could use variables for information like the player's name, health, damage, and perhaps if the player is alive or not. Let's make a health variable. At the top here, I'll write var for variable, the name of our variable, and then we'll set it equal to a default value. Now we can print this variable inside of our ready function. We'll write print health. And if we play, you can see that it now prints 100. Now we can easily change our variable. So before printing, let's assign a new number. Health equals 40. We can also assign a calculation. So health equals 20 plus 30. We'll set our health to 50. We can also add health plus equals, and then 20 will add 20 to our health, and subtract health minus equals. To multiply, we do times equals, and to divide, we do slash equals. So if we run this, now it will do all of these calculations from top to bottom and then print out the result.
Poggers, let's see what it is. It's 100, 40, 50, 70, 60. That would be 15.
Slash equals.
No, that would be 240.
So if we run this,
That would be 120.
now it will do all of these calculations from top to bottom and then print out the result, which turns out to be 120. Let's look at an example where our player takes some damage and we want to subtract the damage from our health. Let's try decreasing our health variable whenever we press the action we made earlier. So in the input function, we'll check if the action was pressed, and then we'll subtract from our health, and we can print the result. So now every time I press the spacebar bound to my action, we can see that I reduce the health. Really cool. But as you can see, we can currently reduce our health below 0, and nothing happens when we do so. If we were making a game, we'd probably want our player to die and the game to restart. Luckily, we can make our game react to variables by using if statements. If statements, or conditionals. If statements are the glue that holds all of our logic together. We've actually already used if statements to check if our action was pressed, but they can do so much more. Yet they are really simple. An if statement is just a condition that needs to be met in order for the code inside to be run. Let's add an if statement here to check if our health reaches 0. So I'll make some room, write if health is less than or equal to 0. Well, then we'll set our health to 0, and we'll print that we died. And now when our health gets to 0, it prints you died. Now here we're using less than and equal to compare our health to the value 0. But there are many more comparisons we can make. Here are all the comparisons we use, such as is equal to, is not equal to, and so on. We can also add more conditions to one if statement. We use the and keyword to add another condition where both need to be met, and the or keyword to add a condition where only one of them needs to be met. Now one really useful thing about if statements is that we can not only define what happens when the condition is true, we can also choose what happens when it's false. We do this using the else keyword. Let's add an else to print that we are still alive if our health hasn't reached 0 yet. So if our health is less than or equal to 0, we died. Else, we print you are healthy. And even cooler, we can chain together if statements using else if or elif for short. So we check if our health reaches 0, and if not, else if elif, our health goes below 50, well then we'll print that we are injured. And if neither of these two are true, we'll go to else and say that we are healthy. And if we play, we can see that at 80 we are healthy, at 60 we're still healthy, then we are injured, and at 0 we die. Very cool. Note that the if statement we made here is nested in the if statement. You can easily layer if statements to get more and more specific functionality. However, try not to overdo it. You can quickly get lost in the ifs. Actually, a lot of people don't know this, but that's why programmers and philosophers have so much in common. We both tend to spend a lot of time with the ifs and the what ifs. So if you get frustrated along the way, remember that so was Plato. Anyway, that's it for if statements. Comments. We use comments to help explain and remember the what and the why of our code. Adding a comment is simple and can be done above or after a line. So if we have some code, we can make a comment above the line, and this is a comment about the code that follows, or we can make one right after, and this is a comment about this line only. We can also use comments to temporarily remove parts of our code from being executed. Here we simply put a hashtag in front of the code, and it's good practice to omit the space here to indicate that what follows is code. We can also select multiple lines of code, right-click, and toggle comment. Just remember that you can't have a completely empty function. We need to add the pass keyword to avoid an error. Variables 2.0. When creating or declaring a variable, we need to think about where we do so. If we declare a variable inside of an
Wow, I can actually... Wow. That's kind of handy, actually. What? Oh. That's... Cool. What does that do? What did that do? Interesting. Hold up. Interesting. Interesting. This is apparently what it does here. Just converts stuff into values. Okay, so did I mess anything up? So if I do... Wait, what? Does nothing. Nice. Because it turns variables into values. Got it. And I don't have anything. I don't have anything like that right now.
If statement, for example, we can only use that variable inside of the if statement. This is called scope, and it's something that beginners often make mistakes with. If we want to use a variable in many different places, variables 2.0. When creating or declaring a variable, we need to think about where we do so. If we declare a variable inside of an if statement, for example, we can only use that variable inside of the if statement. This is called scope, and it's something that where we do so. If we declare a variable inside of an if statement, for example, we can only use that variable inside of the if statement. This is called scope, and it's something that beginners often make mistakes with. If we want to use a variable in many different places in our script, we make sure to put it at the top, outside of any functions. So this is a script-wide variable. This can be accessed anywhere in your script. If you were to declare it inside of a function, you would only be able to use it in that function. So this is a variable we can only use in ready. Now, a really cool thing about variables in GDScript is that you can declare them without thinking about what type of data is inside them. Here's a variable that is either true or false, and here's a variable that stores a number. As you can see, they're created in the exact same way. In fact, we can even change the type of data that they hold just by reassigning them. So we can actually set our coolness to true, and this runs completely fine. That being said, we still need to be aware of what type of data we're working with, because some parts of our game will expect a specific type of data, and we will get an error if we try to use another type without converting. Now, in GDScript, we have the four classic data types: Boolean, or bool, for true and false; integer, or int, for whole numbers; float, for numbers with decimals; and string, for text. Converting from one type to another is called casting. For example, we can cast an integer into a string. So if we have a number that is equal to 42, and we have some text, which is a string, well, then we can add the number to this text, but we convert it into a string by writing str for string, and then the variable inside of the parentheses. And if we print this, it works fine. We can do a similar thing to, say, convert a float into an integer. So if we have a variable called pi that is equal to 3.14, then we can convert this into an integer by going int pi, and let's print this. And it prints 3, a whole number. Note, however, that this automatically truncates the number. It does not round. It simply gets rid of the decimals. So 3.9 also results in 3. Some other data structures that are really common in GDScript are vector 2 and 3. Vector 2 stores 2 floats, x and y, and vector 3 stores 3 floats, x, y, and z. These are most commonly used for positions, so it can get rid of the decimals. So 3.9 also results in 3. Some other data structures that are really common in GDScript are vector 2 and 3. Vector 2 stores 2 floats, x and y, and vector 3 stores 3 floats, x, y, and z. These are most commonly used for positions, so I can create a variable called position with some coordinates. I can then modify one of the components, so position.x plus equals 2 adds 2 to the x component, and then we can print the whole thing. And this gives a vector 3 of 5 minus 10, 5. Now, by default, GDScript is what we call dynamically typed. This means that we don't define what type of data a variable can hold when we declare it, which we've been using so far. This makes it fast to create variables and flexible because we can reassign data component, and then we can print the whole thing. And this gives a vector 3 of 5 minus 10, 5. Now, by default, GDScript is what we call dynamically typed. This means that we don't define what type of data a variable can hold when we declare it, which we've been using so far. This makes it fast to create variables and flexible because we can reassign data of another type at will. However, it is also more prone to error and less performant than static typing. Luckily, GDScript allows us to statically type any variables we want. We can pick and choose totally based on preference. To statically type a variable, we simply add the type when declaring it. So here, if we have a damage variable, we can specify the type and then set the value. So now this variable will always stay an integer. We can even have Godot automatically determine the data type by simply writing colon equals and then the default value. This is called inferred typing, and the result is exactly an integer. We can even have Godot automatically determine the data type by simply writing colon equals and then the default value. This is called
Ooh. I like that. I like that one. But I do like putting the data type before the name.
inferred typing, and the result is exactly the same. The type is still static. Godot simply recognizes that 15 is a whole number and sets the variable to a type of int. This also means that the variable cannot change to another type. If we try to set it to a string, we get an error. Now, adding export in front of a variable will allow us to set it using the inspector. The value that we set in the script will just be a default value. So if we save this and select our node, we can set a value in the inspector. If we print our damage, we can see that this updates in our game. And we can always press the circular arrow to revert back to the default. Now, sometimes you want to define a variable that cannot change.
Nice. Okay, so this is what I want to do here. Yeah. Okay, why did it... What? So... Wait, so if I save this, then I do this? Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
For this, we use constants. So I'll write const for constant. We'll call it gravity. As you can see, it's standard practice to name constants with capital letters. Okay, print our damage. We can see that this updates in our game. And we can always press the circular arrow to revert back to the default. Now, sometimes you want to define a variable that cannot change. For this, we use constants. So I'll write const for constant. We'll call
this is actually new.
it gravity. As you can see, it's standard practice.
I'll end after this. after this section.
This to name constants with capital letters, and we'll set it equal to negative 9.81. Now we can use this like any other variable, but we cannot change it. If we try to do that, it throws an error. And that's it for variables. Great job. Functions.
Export is like public. Typing. Yeah, okay.
Damage variable, we
Okay,
can specify the type. Sometimes you want to define a variable that cannot change. For this, we use constants. So I'll write const for constant. We'll call it gravity. As you can see, it's standard practice to name constants with capital letters. And we'll set it equal to negative 9.81.
And you know what's funny is because the y is flipped because up is positive and down is or up is negative and down is positive. This actually doesn't need to be negative.
Now we can use this like any other variable, but we cannot change it. If we try to do that, it throws an error. And that's it for variables. Great job. Functions. See that this updates in
Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit that I didn't know there. Yeah. Okay, there was a little bit that I didn't know there. That was pretty good. Okay, camera I will figure out later. Let's see if stuff is working. Is that fast enough? I guess it's fine, yeah. And is this like difficult enough? I guess it doesn't really matter. Huh. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine, actually. That's fine for now. What is the description for this? That's fine. Anything else? Is there anything else I want to do? Nah, that's fine. All right. That's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. That should have been episode 33. And you will all see me tomorrow.